Welcome back to my channel where we start a lot of projects and never actually finish any. The last video, quite a few of you were very interested in this dashboard, specifically the observability of the vLLM and the DGX Spark. There's no magic here. I'm going to give you everything you need to accomplish this yourself. To do that, I need to take you on a quick tour of the DGX Spark. And so I'm going to come out here to my containers, and you can see that I'm actually running a Portainer agent as well as Prometheus and Loki. You're going to need all three of these, right? You're also going to need a Grafana instance running as well. Go to ChatGPT, ask GitHub Copilot or whoever your agentic coding harnesses of choice, give them an access key to this and just tell them to go and deploy all that, right? So let's go back to our container. Let's go back to our DGX Spark here, the dashboard in Grafana. You can see on this Qwen 3.6 model, we're currently at 127 tokens per second, and that's only 2 concurrent agents. So, oh boy, here it comes. Here comes the fun, a PowerPoint presentation. This is the best way I can communicate the information. We won't be here long. So here we actually have a Qwen 3.6 instance running with speculative decoding enabled. And we also have a massive context window, right? Now I got a bunch of models loaded on here, but this is the one I'm using for this demo. Now, I also, on this DGX host, I have a node exporter, and that's exporting all the information to Prometheus. So that's going to give you your CPU utilization, your GPU utilization, your RAM, etc. Also, we're going to be exporting our Docker logs via Alloy to Loki, and Loki and Prometheus both have like a 50 gigabyte rolling reserve, which is like, for home use, that's like 14 years of storage, right? And then all of that's going to go into Grafana. Now let's go ahead, oh, wrong keystrokes. Let's go ahead and look at what that means. When you're collecting that telemetry via Prometheus, in Grafana, you're going to have the ability to go back to really any date range because you have 50 gigs of storage. So I've only had the DGX Spark for a short period of time, and you can see that I've recorded 3.23 billion tokens input on this device, right? I have had a lot of success with this, but something recent with the vLLM 2.5.1, let's go back to the last 15 minutes here. Speculative decoding is now available in the metrics, which is a huge deal, right? So not only do you get your KV cache metrics and your prefix cache hit rate metrics, which, by the way, your prefix cache hit rate helps tremendously, but you also have your speculative decoding acceptance by position. Why is that important? Because you have the ability in vLLM to configure how many tokens you want to predict, right? And so if you know that your third position token only has a 25% acceptance rate, that's up to you if you want that to be chosen and validated as the output. So I have found for this particular model, this is the Qwen 3.6, 35 billion A2P, whatever it is, right? A3P, something like that. That 3 tokens is the optimal performance. Now I could squeeze out 4 or 5, but I have 3 right now. Further down, this is where we start to see a lot of cumulative metrics, and these are going to be very, very important when it comes to tuning your vLLM. We'll get to tuning here in just a second. So you're going to see your token throughput over time, your prompt versus token output, your request rate, your success request rate, your inner token latency. And once we come down here, obviously you have the traditional network inputs and outputs, your disk inputs, outputs, your CPU inputs and outputs. These are all important, especially for something that has unified memory. I won't bore you to death, but this dashboard has been absolutely incredible for tuning my deployments. So let's really quickly go into one of my stack deployments here. So you can see here I have a stack deployment, and I'm going to go into the editor and I'm going to scroll all the way down to the YAML, and you can see here are the configurations that I have for vLLM. I have the opportunity to come in here and tune these, right? So I currently have max number of sequences 4, batch tokens 8192, and I can kind of play with these variables to get the most out of the DGX Spark. Right now, I'm just running a script that's just putting a bunch of load on here. So you can see my output tokens per second is 134. I can probably get this up to about 200, 220 if I really tune this model in. But it really comes down to the model's fit on your hardware, right? Your KV cache utilization, your prefix hit rate, your prefix cache hit rate, your speculative decoding, all of that comes into play. So a dashboard like this with Grafana is incredibly powerful. So I left it out here. I'll leave a link in the comments below. Go ahead and check it out. It's really important that you're watching the releases from vLLM if you're going to have a dashboard like this, because they're constantly making updates to the metrics section, and that is natively imported into Prometheus, and then from there you can report on it. So in the most recent update, speculative decoding was added, which was a huge deal. So now you can tune the speculative decoding on the output of your model to find that optimal hit rate. So anyway, I wanted to keep it short. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for all the new subscribers that are checking out the channel because of the DGX Spark. I hope you like this, and I'll talk to you some other time. Thanks.